come here today to really, I think, pitch technology against experience.
This time of year is definitely peak time.
Conditions are tough.
I think autonomy and that's definitely on its way.
I'm very sceptical of that sort of stuff.
We've never tried this before in the field.
The new John Deere S7 Combine carries a suite of new harvest automation technologies. Predictive ground speed automation uses new cameras that look out at the crop 8.5 metres ahead and adjust the machine speed to match the crop conditions. Harvest settings automation is a new outcome-based system. Input the desired grain loss, foreign material and broken grain, and the machine will self-optimise to hit those targets. Along with machine sync, auto track and a stack of other features, this combine is a force to be reckoned with. So in November of 2024, a team from John Deere travelled to Gurley, near Moree in New South Wales, to put the new harvest automation technology to the test in a real Australian harvest.
Up for about 30 minutes. 30 minutes in, Joe's been operating for. Max, you want to talk us through what you're seeing?
Yep. So it's all manual mode there, unloading on the go. He is pushing it, like he's achieving some really good capacity there. Loss-wise,
Right on that 1%.
right on
yep.
that 1% limit. But what you've seen is he's just slowed down, and you should see when he stops unloading.
Yeah, here he goes.
Straight away. So straight away he's sped back up.
Yep.
Because he's now not having to worry about unloading on the go.
Yep.
And you'll see that loss went from 3.2 to 4.1. So he'll slowly 10 k's now. So he's started to rev back up again.
He's doing a good job.
Doing a good job.
He's setting a benchmark.
Hard to beat.
It's gonna be tough. All right, we'll get you in the cab and go get into it. Yep. Good luck.
Righto.
I don't know if you guys can see, but you can see the crop standing up quite nicely down near that header there. But as you get up to the end of the run here, the crop's fallen over, the crop's dry, it's brittle, it's a big crop and it's starting to lean over. So this is really going to be a good test of the technology. Those cameras, those predictive ground speed automation cameras on the front of the cab there, they can pick up lodged or fallen over crop and standing crop, and particularly when you go to that fallen over crop, you start taking more material, the machine senses that and slows down. So, and that's looking 8.5 metres in front of the cutter bar. So it's really going to test this technology.
I think autonomy and that's definitely on its way. More time in the paddock is crucial.
If you can drive one piece of machinery, you can usually adapt to most machinery.
We can hop in there, show them what to do so they have an idea of what to do. And then as for the setting up, they don't have to worry so much about that, they just have to drive them.
I'm very sceptical of that sort of stuff. But you always can be proven wrong.
You there, Joe? We're about 2 hours in. How's it all going? You liking the machine?
That's all good.
Keeping a close eye. You've got it pinned, that's for sure.
Yeah, 2 horsepower at a time, wouldn't go straight.
I've never heard a farmer say that before. What about you, Angus? You enjoying your time up in the automated machine?
That's all going well, pretty cruisy.
That's all we want to hear.
Got your feet up?
Feet up, radio on. It was all happening nicely. And pretty well neck and neck from a performance point of view right now, and I think it's a testament to how good Joe is, and at the same time Angus has got this machine fully automated. You can see all the blue lights down the bottom. It's on the move, it's automating speed, and this is going to be a real test. So Joe's just about to unload on the go here, and you can literally see as soon as he started unloading there,
There's a bit of drop in
performance. Whereas again, that automated machine, which will unload just after this, it's just super consistent, and that adds up.
And I think as hours are going on, we're starting to see potentially, distractions coming in, some fatigue coming in, and that automated machine is just continuing to hit its benchmarks.
We've only got a small sort of window to make it all happen, so efficiency is the most crucial part.
But the main thing is keeping it consistent.
We've got to make sure every hour that machine's running, it's doing the best it can.
You get a bit of storm cloud like we've got around here at the moment, people get very, very nervous because it costs you a lot of money.
Hey, How'd it go?
Yeah, good experience.
Just another green thing with yellow wheels.
The consistency in the header load, resulting in clean sample and all that. It handled the dust well and everything, so it was really good. Yeah, great result.
I'll be up there somewhere, I suppose. Anywhere I stuffed up was when I was unloading, because the chaser bin would keep on his speed and I'd be, so I didn't spill it.
And how do you think your numbers are going to compare?
Oh, it'd be interesting to see. I think I was patching in there a bit a few times, so it'd be interesting to see what happened. See if he's a bit more tight, I suppose, as well.
All right, we'll let you get back.
Righto, thanks.
Angus and Joe have now finished their 4-hour run, and with plenty of wheat still out in the paddock, we put Joe back in the machine to get a feel for the performance of the S7. This time with the full suite of harvest automation technology turned on.
Oh well, we'll see what happens.
Quick thoughts on the difference?
Oh yeah, no, it's definitely a lot easier to drive. Yeah. Really like the unloading.
Yeah, the machine sync.
Machine sync unloading, yeah. Just the speed and yeah, just the ease to fill the bin. Different crop conditions. That crop there was a lot harder because it was so variable. So you were going faster and slower, where I had to keep up with him, where if I would have had the sync, he would have had to keep up with me.
How do you feel, I guess, after that?
Yeah,
4 hours?
that's how you drive it.
Yep.
You know, after another 10 hours on top of it, you'd be getting a bit wary.
Yeah.
And then even when you did your lap, it put it back to where I set it. So that made me think, well, I might know something.
Right, I'm on the money.
And you said you'd like the front. Do you reckon you could focus on the front because you didn't have to focus on what was behind you, you reckon?
I think the front made it a lot easier. It sort of followed the ground a lot more than what traditional 740s do.
Yeah.
So I suppose I couldn't really push it any further than what it was doing, but you know, when I'd traditionally push it forward, it sped up itself. It slowed down where I'd slow down. I think it kept a pretty consistent load the whole time, which was great. So
Probably a good segue to talk about consistency.
Yeah, let's take a look at some of the results.
Yeah.
So this is a screen grab just of a point in time through where we're looking at both your displays, and Max, take us through the result.
And so on the left here we've got Joe, and as you can see here, you're absolutely wringing the neck out of it. What I can see here is probably that line graph's a bit jagged, but you're absolutely getting the performance there. And every now and again your losses sneak out, sneak back down when you're unloading on the go and got to chase it. And then on Angus's machine, probably the big thing there, it's so consistent. Like just constantly did that 55 tonne an hour average. It always stayed below that loss limit, below that 1%, pretty well all day. I don't think I saw it get above it. I don't think you did. And then sample-wise, slightly cleaner sample, but hey, that was our limit there, and you never really went above it, Joe.
Well, that's where I was playing with mine to get that. I most probably lost the first hour that I was tinkering. Old school, do one thing, see if it changes. If it doesn't change, try another thing.
Whereas your machine sort of, it just did it.
did it himself. And yeah, it was quite impressive. Like, you know, wasn't ideal stripping conditions out there by any means. So.
I can see why people are pushing that bandwagon. Staff is a big problem, a very big problem. That's where I can see your stuff is most probably the vet, or where we get our operators that are not as highly skilled.
Definitely it's all pointing towards autonomy, I suppose, in the way it's all going. You know, as long as everything's still reliable, that's the key factor for us. As long as we stick with the reliability that is John Deere's known for, then I think autonomy and that's definitely on its way.
We've come here today to really, I think, pitch technology against experience. You know, picking someone like Joe who has 50 harvests, he's owned 30 John Deere combines, he still runs 10 today. was the best choice we could make because he really put that machine to the test. You know, he came out of the gate hard.
Yeah.
He really pushed it, and then as every hour went by, that technology was just making up the difference, and it was the consistency.
If every operator had 50 years of experience, we wouldn't have to worry about this. What this tech has proved that we can bridge that gap. If you can get staff in the cab, we can bridge the gap of experience, and that's what today's proven. And what we saw is the tech doesn't unlock a hidden extra road or a hidden extra bit of mechanical performance, but what it does unlock is consistent mechanical performance, and that's what we saw today. That almost straight black line.
Yep, I think it's pretty simple. Every new John Deere combine comes with 50 years experience.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. We proved it today.
Yeah.
It really does make that difference. Good job. I think that's a wrap.
Yeah,
Let's go
too
home.
hot for this. Yeah.
Showtime's over. See you later.